Before you is a modern polymer banknote. It seems eternal, but its history began 12,000 years ago. 6 epochs, 6 materials. The exact same illusion that we call value. We changed the physical form of money, but did we change the nature of trust itself? Northeastern Jordan, 12,000 years before our era. Here, by the fire, the first idea was born.
Here, there were no coins. There were only cowrie shells and obsidian, the first physical carriers of value.
The cowrie shell is fragile, incredibly light, and completely impossible to forge by human hands. Nature created the perfect currency. It held absolutely no practical utility whatsoever. Its entire value existed solely within human agreement and shared belief. This was the very first act of trust. We simply agreed that this piece of calcium was worth grain. Obsidian blades were sharp as razors. They held practical value. But they were also accepted as money across vast distances. But the cowrie shells won the competition. They were a single standardized form from the Mediterranean all the way to Asia.
They buried the shells in the earth. The first safes, the first savings, and the first fear of loss.
12,000 years ago, we understood something profound. Value exists only within the human mind.
2,500 years before our era. The shells gave way to weight and measure.
Here, on the banks of the Nile, the Deben system was born. Copper rings and grain measures. Value no longer depended on the form of an object. It depended entirely on its mass.
Copper could be melted, grain could be eaten. But the weight remained constant and unchanging.
The Deben became the universal standard across Egypt. 1 Deben of copper equaled a specific, fixed amount of grain. These were commodity money in the truest sense, value backed by physical survival and the annual Nile flood. But carrying tons of grain across the desert was impossibly heavy. Humanity needed a new, portable abstraction. Metal solved this problem perfectly. Weight became portable, and money finally found its voice in the sound of copper. Rome, 100 years after the start of our era. The empire needed a currency that carried the weight of the state. Weight alone was no longer enough. Value now required a guarantee. It required the face of power. Thus was born the silver denarius. Struck by hand, perfectly round, and weighed to a strict imperial standard. The emperor's profile appeared on the silver. You no longer carried wealth, you carried propaganda. 90% pure silver, the Roman standard for the entire known world. Every citizen trusted this exact weight. Every denarius carried the profile of the ruling Caesar. You carried the emperor in your pocket. Every transaction was an act of loyalty, but empires fell, and silver wears away. The silver content began to drop. Trust in the emperor was fading. When trust in the emperor disappeared, the value of the metal disappeared with it. The circle had closed. Florence, the year 1300, the age of merchants. Weight and metal had become too restrictive for trade.
Here, behind oak desks, the Florentine florin was born, a golden coin that transformed the economy of all Europe.
3.5 grams of pure gold, struck without change for nearly 300 years. A perfect, unchanging standard.
But gold was heavy to carry across great distances. The merchants invented something that changed the world forever.
A paper bill of exchange. A promise to pay. Money was no longer metal. It was a record in a book.
Trust shifted from physical gold to the reputation of the banker. The concept of credit was born. Gold remained locked in vaults. Across Europe, only ink stains traveled from merchant to merchant.
The florin became a symbol of perfect stability. But ahead lay a new mechanical revolution. London, the year 1850. Steam, iron, and industrial scale. The world had changed forever.
The gold standard. The British pound now strictly tied to a fixed weight of pure gold. The sovereign. A perfect machine for storing value. Cold, heavy, and absolutely flawless. But empires required trillions. Gold could not keep pace with the steam engines. Paper became the new king. The paper banknote became king. The promise of the Bank of England replaced physical metal. Intricate patterns protected against forgery. Value was now printed on paper, not minted in metal. Gold retreated to underground vaults. In everyday life, only promises remained. But what happens when the promise is torn away from the physical anchor forever?
The year 2026. We have returned to where we began. Money is once again pure abstraction. The polymer banknote. Plastic protected by holograms. The physical form has become almost invisible. But the real money is now invisible. It exists as light in fiber optics, as code in digital ledgers.
Digital code. We have returned once again to pure abstraction, to pure trust. From shell to polymer, from stone to glass. The material changed, the essence remained the same. Money is not what we hold in our hands. It is what we believe in together. For 12,000 years, we have passed this illusion from hand to hand. And we will continue